Greetings and salutations, everybody. It's Mecha GM, and we are back with. I'm joined by Eric Carlson, my good friends Eric Carlson and Gav Lee, for a new episode of Three Men and an Anime. Huzzah!
Hooray!
This time we are covering Gav's most recent series selection, Go Go Loser Ranger.
Go Go Loser Ranger! Did that get us demonetized?
No, because I think you changed the words. I think we're safe, but let's not risk any further. All right, so this
apparently after all this time, like from way back in the days of Gatchaman, it's taken this long for them to decide, you know what, let's do Sentai anime again. And there's two out at the moment with the similar sort of, well, not similar sort of premise, but based on Sentai, and I chose this one because it's the one I hadn't seen.
Yep. And so none of us had seen this going into it.
Yep.
The basic premise is we are following one of the putties, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're called fighters in this. And the Rangers, turns out the Rangers have beaten the boss monsters, and now they're staging weekly fights against the putties, and the putties are simulating bosses so that the Rangers can still look like heroes.
Yeah.
You might be wondering, wow, that makes the Rangers look kind of like assholes. You are correct.
Oh boy. Nothing but assholes all the way down.
All the way down.
So, before we get into further spoilers, for those of you who want to watch the show without being spoiled, do we like the show? Do we recommend it?
It's all right. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not a lot of really good ideas that feel kind of quarter baked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of us hated the show. None of us particularly liked the show either.
Look, put it this way: we finished at the 12th episode, so we finished at season 1. Season 2 is already out
and done.
I'm considering continuing watching just because we watched it in the dub, so I don't have to focus on the screen too much to hear what's going on. I can have it on as background noise. It's not the greatest. It's very generic kind of shonen. In
many ways, it's very generic shonen. Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is it's got some really good ideas, and as they've said, the execution is kind of where it's lacking. Yeah. But it's certainly different. If you're a Sentai fan, absolutely.
I would say if you're a Sentai fan, it's worth giving a shot to see if you like it.
Yes.
I'm not a huge Sentai fan, so that didn't carry me.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but it's not very good either. We'll go into why we feel that way as we talk about it, but I think it's absolutely worth giving a shot if the premise sounds interesting to you.
Yes.
Because the premise is legitimately interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What if the Rangers are bad guys, are bad people, I should say? And what if the main character was a monster who's trying to was one of the parties who's trying to infiltrate the Rangers?
Yeah.
That's the basic premise. And we follow the putty named Fighter, sorry, they're called Fighters.
Yeah.
And he is Fighter D. Of all the fighters, he's got the best ability to shapeshift into something that looks into. He's able to shapeshift and copy someone who he actually has direct observation of.
So one of the other terms that is like the common, like obviously the way that they refer to them, instead of like putties or whatever else, or cogs or whichever generic grunt, they also get referred to as dusters, because what happens is when they're destroyed or defeated or even wounded, they break apart into dust.
Yep.
And
reform later
over time.
Yep.
And what they can do is basically, a lot of them can break their bodies apart and reform themselves and shapeshift. So the whole shtick of it is really that the monsters that invaded are basically, to a man, all of them are functionally immortal to normal human weapons. The only thing that can actually kill them is the Ranger's own special.
The dragon artifacts, I believe they're called.
The dragon artifacts.
Yeah.
They're the only ones that can cause true death in a monster. So, supposedly the Dragon Rangers have killed all the bosses, and the only thing that remains is the evil mothership that's still hanging over the city, and the fighters, the putties, the dusters.
And
The
the red
general population
Yep.
don't know any of this.
Yep.
So what they do is what essentially happens, and it shows you fairly early on in the show, is the Rangers defeat the monsters.
The show
the
show starts with the Rangers having defeated the monsters.
Yep. This is literally at the start. The show starts at the start of one of the weekly attacks. They legit.
Weekly
so
show. It's a
yeah,
weekly
so
show.
So they defeated the main monsters, went to the mothership, and said, "Okay, you guys, you're just the grunts. You're the nothings. Like, and we can destroy you anytime we like. But how about we work together?" And what they mean by that is they get one of the fighters to shapeshift himself into something larger and more impressive, i.e. a monster of the week, like you'd see on Power Rangers. Come down once a Sunday and attack the city.
In a conveniently
In
staged
an arena.
Right.
In an arena.
With cameras watching, recording.
But somehow the Rangers have got the population to believe that these are legitimate monster attacks. They just happen to be in an arena where cameras are on a regularly scheduled day, on a regularly scheduled time, every week.
Yep.
And
the Rangers use fake. And the Rangers use fake dragon artifacts.
Yes. So every time the Dusters die, they go back to the thing, reform themselves, and get to have the week off until we go again next week.
And D, eventually, at the start of the show, at this point, has had enough of this bullshit.
Yeah, this has been going on for, I think, 13 years, I think.
Something like that. It's been going on for quite some time.
Yeah, it's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
And D has had quite enough of this.
I'm just looking at the wiki here. So the monsters invaded 13 years ago, and it took the Dragon Keepers a year to kill the boss monster. So this has been going on at least 12 years.
Yes. D is fed up and decides, okay, fuck it. I'm going to use my shapeshifting ability to infiltrate the Rangers and try to take them down from within. If I can kill all the Dragon Keepers, then I can try to take over the world.
I am a bad man. Grr.
Yeah. But it's better than being a slave.
Which, to be fair, he is correct.
Yeah.
He has sussed out a major problem with the situation.
So he goes all Banzai, attacks the Dragon Keepers off script, gets himself dusted, but refuses to go back to the headquarters.
The headquarters and
back on Earth.
Reforms back on Earth and starts figuring out. And it turns out, as I said, he's one of the only people who can actually duplicate humans.
Yeah,
like
a few can, but he's the one that.
But he's the one who he can actually copy someone specifically.
Yeah, he can pass as somebody. Yeah,
he can pass it. He can literally do. He can full doppelganger somebody.
Yeah,
which is apparently very rare.
Just to set the tone, if we hadn't already, by the way, because D did go off script, the Rangers visited the headquarters afterwards to try and discipline him and killed a couple of the Dusters, like true death.
Because D was not there and they couldn't tell them where D was. It's not that they didn't want to. Some of them were like, well, we don't know where he is. We can't help you, even if we wanted to. And there was, the classic collective punishment. Hooray!
Yeah,
such pleasant fellows.
These these Rangers grew up without a Zordon to tell them to cut that shit out.
Jesus, these Rangers were not picked by Zordon. Period.
No. There is this weird little dragon thing that floating around that they all seem to listen to, but by this point we haven't really seen what the relevance of that thing is.
Yeah, we have no idea. It looks like it's the team mascot. It might be more important than that. It's a dragon.
It might be the dragon god itself.
It is a dragon of some sort. There's apparently a dragon god. Maybe that's it. We don't know.
Yeah.
Yet. And so when he goes to the Ranger headquarters, he is two of the Ranger trainees. So by the way, the top Rangers, the ones that you see on TV, they're referred to as Dragon Keepers.
Yeah,
that's important note.
Oh, they've completely fucking corporatized the whole idea of Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, they are trainees of different levels and etc.
Yeah, the 5 Rangers are all just heads of their
department
divisions. Each of their colors now represents a different thing. Red is the combat specialists. or the monster extermination specialists.
Blue's, I think, science.
Blue is like science. Yellow is invention and technology. Pink is healing, and green is
Intel.
like Black Ops, stealth, and intel.
Yeah. So yeah, so yeah, the he shows up and he is immediately spotted by two trainee rangers. Although one of them is definitively one is a trainee, one is a cadet, and one is actually part of the ranger squads. Like we find that out later. Hang on, let me get the names here because I will forget them otherwise because I don't.
Well, one's important because
So there's Yumiko Suzukiri, turns out is a member of the Yellow Battalion and is very high ranked when there. It turns out, and Hibiki Sakurama, who's a cadet, and has not picked a actual department yet. He's not picked what department he's going to be a member of.
Yeah, the cadets are all just bundled together. They call those the White Dragons because they don't have a color yet.
I don't even think they really get to choose what color they are. They just sort of get one of the rangers or their lieutenants sort of goes, oh yeah, that guy's fine. We'll take them.
It's implied, at least by one of them during the arc later, that they can choose to go down a certain track. Whether they're accepted for it is down to the recruitment. But because we get the one guy who is following his friend. He's basically just doing what his friend tells him to do. So he's going down the
blue track,
I think, but it turns out he's actually fairly good with technology. So really should be going down yellow if he was if he was controlling his own choices basically. But yeah. So you can aim for a certain track. Whether you get picked up or not is an entirely different thing. Hello.
Sorry.
Hello. Hi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was wool gathering. We all sort of stopped talking at the same time.
Yeah.
Oops. So yeah, they sort of spot him and they try to recruit him basically. And I think we later find out that they both sort of pegged him as not being normal, basically.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he goes in thinking it's going to be as easy as sneak into the base, find the keepers, and hit him with in the back with a dinner knife. It's like, and they're the ones that find him and say, no, what the fuck are you doing? Who are you? Why are you here? But it's very clear, especially with Yumiko. She's kind of got him sussed.
Oh yeah, no, it's very clear. We realize very quickly that Yumiko knows who he is, knows what he is.
Yeah,
she is very smart. She's very clever, and she's not exactly the nicest person.
Yeah,
no.
But
the most interesting person.
She's actually she's one of the few very interesting characters. She's got an agenda, and we're not entirely sure what it is, but she doesn't like the Rangers as an organization. She very much wants to work with him to take down the Dragon Keepers. We don't know why. We don't know what her deal is yet. And later on, somebody refers to her as she being part of. Oh, one of them has survived, but we don't know what that means yet.
Mm.
It's very clear she's human though. Shows which matters. It turns out. And what's his name? Hibiki also eventually figures him out, but Hibiki is an absolute sweetheart.
Yeah.
He is unquestionably the nicest person in the show.
He's a dippy ball of mochi, and everyone hates
him. He's a golden
for
retriever.
He really is.
Yeah, he really is.
He's a himbo. He's absolutely a himbo. Unfortunately,
he's not the himbo in this show, but he's
no, he's not. I've come to the conclusion I think the show would have been better if it was in some ways if he got to be in more of the show, basically.
Yeah.
There's a very good reason he's not, and I get why. But yeah, he also recognizes that the Rangers are corrupted, basically, but he wants to reform it from within because that works.
Yeah. For reference, from my knowledge of what I've seen so far, at least of main characters and everything else, there are only 2 characters in this show who are not moronic assholes.
There are
Hibiki
there are
is
a
one
few
of
of the
them.
cadets who are okay.
Hibiki is one of them,
Yep.
and the himbo is the other.
The himbos also.
The others,
the Afro blue kid was okay. It was all right. He's actually
he
a
was
decent
okay,
guy.
yeah.
And the member of the Green Squad, who's the female member of the Green Squad who ends up siding with
It's heterochromia. Yeah.
she's also seems like a nice person. We're now done talking about the actually decent people in the show.
Yeah.
That's part of the problem. There's not a lot of people to root for in the show. Like, there are times that you want to root for D. Genuinely, they do a decent job at it for the most part, despite the fact that he's complicated.
Very. I was saying when we were wrapping up after watching this, I sometimes feel like the writer for him kind of had 2 characters in their head at the same time, and he will switch on a coin flip as to which character we're talking to. Like, are we talking to Infiltrator D, who's disguised, or are we talking to the monster, the fighter D, who's kill all humans?
I think part of it is D is doing the whole I'm a bad man because that's what I'm supposed to be. I'm a bad man. Grr, arg. I kind of not really a bad man, but I'm trying to be one. I think that's a lot of what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, also part of it is he's learning to form actual connections with not other fighters, basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The problem is a lot of the other people around him as well, like we're supposed to bond and like start getting to know the other cadets that he ends up working with, but they're all assholes.
That's the problem. Like, so many of the people he's like wants to, like he could try to form connections with just suck.
They're all egotists looking for fame,
or
revenge,
or violence junkies, like
all violence junkies. Yeah, like the entire like organization from Dragon Keeper to Cadet is fucking pizza cutters the entire way.
All edge, no point.
Exactly.
Some of them are interesting. Like, legitimately, the what's her name? Hibiki she's like legitimately interesting. No, it's not Hibiki. Yumiko. Mm-hmm. Yumiko's legitimately an interesting character. Yes, she's a terrible person in most ways, at least from what we can tell. But she's at least interesting while being a bad guy.
Mm.
Honestly, I think like some of the Dragon Keepers are actually interesting, and they are clearly villains, and that's fine.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm fine with the Red Ranger being a complete psychopath.
Red is absolutely 100% classic narcissist psychopath.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
100%. The Blue Ranger the Blue Dragon Keeper is a deeply damaged, very angry man who basically has just come to the conclusion that I just want revenge on the world as a whole.
Yeah.
Because everything sucks.
The world gave me nothing, so I'm going to take everything, including this power.
I'm just gonna burn everything except for the orphans. The people from the orphanage I used to be from. Like, that's it. The Pink Ranger, all she gives a shit about is her younger brother Hibiki.
Yeah.
Like, that's all she cares about. Everything, the rest of the world can burn. Like, if
she literally says the line, why don't you people just go away and die?
Yeah.
Like, she gives about the general public. Like, she gives no fucks.
If you are a friend of Hibiki's, you're fine. She won't. But like, the second you might hurt him, you're dead.
Yeah. We don't get a lot about Yellow and Green in this first season.
Yeah, we don't. But like
Yellow, I think Yellow drops a couple of flippant lines, like he's the jokey one.
Yeah.
And Green's kind of the mysterious, he's the intel guy.
Right.
He's also the only one whose face is fully covered. We never see him out of armor,
So we don't know a lot about them.
yeah. From what I understand, the second season is very much about the Green Ranger.
Sure.
First one is mostly focused on Blue.
Blue and a fair bit of red.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that early on, while D is infiltrating as himself, well, as the human identity he's created for himself, he actually makes it into the Rangers, and eventually, he basically, with the help of what's her name again? God damn it, Yumiko.
The names are so forgettable.
Yeah, the problem is that I just don't care about most of the characters. I didn't bother learning them.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Yumiko's help, he's able to infiltrate the armory where the Dragon Keepers keep their artifacts, and he's trying to steal the Red Keeper's artifact. He's intercepted by the highest ranking junior ranger, whose name escapes me and I don't fucking care. He's a clown-faced psychopath. He is very much the violence junkie type. And they get into a fight, and D, by being very clever, beats him. He uses his shape-shifting to hide grenades and shit, and it's very clever. And then he beats him, and thinks he kills him, and steals the Red Keeper's artifact. And gives it to Yumiko.
Which Red Keeper apparently doesn't. It keeps it in a vault. Well, not a vault, in a storage closet, which is their armory. In a golf bag.
Yeah. It is at least a well-hidden storage closet.
Yeah.
With special locks. So, the Dragon Keepers are down an artifact, which is fairly early on. Now, this doesn't stop Red from annihilating a whole bunch of other people as he goes along. Because he is, at very least, very good at killing things. And they sort of... He's escaping with the artifact, and they corner him on the roof. And Blue busts out his artifact and almost wipes D out. But D, again, through clever use of shapeshifting, utterly fools them, and it's like, we've killed him. Nope. He has actually disguised himself as a different thing entirely. They blew up a fake. They blew up a fake body because he is genuinely very clever. By the by, all this clever fighting stuff, this is the last time you're going to see that.
Unfortunately.
Sadly.
I mean, there's hints of it later on, but obviously, yeah.
He's legitimately, there's a lot of potential for him to do some really interesting shape-shifting tricks to be a clever fighter and to take advantage of that. Because it's not like the rest of the show, he's disguised as Hibiki.
Yeah. He takes Hibiki's place and infiltrates them by being a recruit. So obviously he's got to not get found out, so he doesn't use his ability as much.
Right. But
it does kind of suck any of the creativity away from the fights. I mean, he does try. He finds ways around it, and to be fair, there's like a recruitment battle that they have against the
and he does do some clever things in that. To be fair to him,
he does some clever things with the use of a fire extinguisher to hide his
he does a bunch of clever stuff because when he's fighting people who are closer to his ability level.
Yes.
The problem is that eventually there's a big fight with someone who's not of his ability level, and he stops being clever. Who knows he's not Hibiki?
Yeah.
This is the important bit. Oh god. But yeah, the recruitment so he discovers that Hibiki was hiding another fighter. Double X, who turns out was one of the ones that left when instead of staying and working with the Rangers, a bunch of them left, and they assumed they all were killed off by the Rangers because that was the assumed that they're all like, it's being killed off by the Rangers is better than stopping being loyal to the bosses. Now, turns out this is probably not true.
Yeah,
I will say this: it was kind of a no-win situation, honestly.
Yeah, it was a pretty shit situation any way you look at it.
Yeah.
We did mention everyone's an asshole.
Yes.
See, they've spent a long time trying to get us to sympathize with the
fighters. And to be fair, you do to a large degree. They're in a shit position.
Yes, and the Rangers look like the assholes, the grand assholes in this situation, which they are. But this is it. Kind of almost fools you into a false sense of, well, the monsters must be actually the good guys and the Rangers are the assholes.
No,
this is not the case.
the boss monsters are also horrible, awful individuals.
The fighters are cannon fodder.
Yep.
Okay? They use generic pronouns like disposable and expendable. Okay? They do not give a shit about the fighters.
Nope.
The Rangers actually give more of a shit about the fighters because they're useful for the performance.
Yep.
That's it. We get a flashback where the monsters literally created these worthless beings
as cannon fodder to make things a little bit to give them a shot against the Rangers.
At least we can. We're not completely outnumbered by the humans anymore. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's fucking. You do feel for the fighters.
Oh no, the fighters genuinely. The problem is that the fighters are just I want to root for the fighters, but like the fighters are also still like trying to take over the world and being like are probably going to be pretty awful also. Like, there's no winning in this setting.
No. And to be fair, cutting to the end, D does eventually come to the conclusion. It's like, fuck everybody, I'm on my side now.
And fair. Totally fair.
Yeah. Legit.
The problem is what that means. I don't think he understands what that means yet.
No. Given I will say this. There's potential in this show for D to figure something out and try to like actually form a coherent ethos that is not shit.
Yeah.
I will grant that that's actually possible. I just I can't get invested in the show because I just there's
too much that happens. Like again, we're bouncing around because we're not going to go through the entire plot of this because again, it's not that in depth, and it's if you want to watch it, there's no point.
Also, like to be perfectly honest, like going plot point by plot point, really it doesn't really help us sort of like talk. It's like it's not let's start talking about what we think about the show, just reporting the plot points. Like legitimately, like it's again spoiler bits, but like one of the boss monsters turns out is not dead.
Yeah,
and he's a horrible individual. Great fucking design. He's a great villain, honestly.
He's a great villain. He feels a bit Digimon to me.
Sure.
Especially since he has the mini form.
Yeah, he has all these like mini clone things that he can do all these cloning. Like legitimately, his power set's cool.
Yeah, and he has this ethos where he's basically he believes he's an angel and he's sending everyone to heaven.
Yeah,
it's gruesomely
which legitimately cool villain.
Yeah.
But very cool villain. He shows up a little early, I think.
He really the problem is that
season 1 is too early.
Yeah, like season 1, like it really feels like it really should have been more about the just the exam of trying to figure out which of the Ranger cadets are actually going to go up and join the Rangers, and then we can start bringing the boss monsters back. But like he shows up and interrupts the training like utterly interrupts the training arc, the training battle. And it brings up this confrontation with the Blue Ranger. So
I mean, I'm going to come out and I enjoyed this more than the other two.
That's fair,
but it's also very much this is not a show that is going to hold you in rapt attention.
No.
It is fairly predictable once you figure out what's going on.
Yep.
Which won't be hard. But it's sort of it's a weird kind of it's comfort food with a little bit of an edge. It's like someone put like Doritos in your mashed potatoes. And that's fine.
Yeah. I mean,
I enjoyed it. I like D. I actively like D. I find it adorable when he tries to be a bad guy. Because he clearly is not a bad guy. Like his primary motivating thing is he's sick of watching his friends get mistreated by the Rangers. As much as he states otherwise, it's clearly his initial motivation.
Yeah.
and starts developing friendships with the other recruits. Despite the fact he keeps on saying, "I'm going to kill all these humans." Yep, I'm totally going to kill them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not this guy. He's nice, but
Yeah.
and
He's
it's
totally,
adorable when he
yeah.
tries to do that.
Yeah. He's totally the guy sitting there. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. He's like the what's the trope that's going around at the moment? You know, the 50-year-old dad who says he doesn't want a cat, and the second you
Yeah.
get a cat, it's like a second child.
Yeah, exactly.
It's exactly that kind of situation. He's like, no, don't want it, don't want it, don't want it, don't. Oh.
Yeah, no.
I mean, this is the thing. Like, I'm not. Well, I'm not ragging on this show. I know I'm being overly negative. I'm a cynical asshole myself, and I do tend to latch on to the negative aspects. As I said at the start, I'm not saying this is a bad show.
No, I don't think
at
anyone's
all,
saying it's
by
bad.
any stretch. It's not bad. It's just kind of. It could have been. It's one of those. It could have been so much more.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
the show's got a lot of potential. I think that's our biggest problem with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
A lot
know
of
going. I
potential
know
that it doesn't live up to.
Yeah, and I know going back, and we had the same conversation on Friday when we finished the show. It's no fucking Killing Bites. You know, that had a fucking potential. That had a potential premise that we thought would like a home run,
Right.
absolutely, and then fucked it up a wall.
Right.
This is like, oh, there's so much interesting in this. It's like, but you kind of haven't. The boss monsters are brought in too early. You had all this time to investigate and explain the system and everything, but it's just kind of there. And it's like,
Yeah, legitimately, my reaction. So, as an example, Killing Bites had an interesting, had a solid premise. I think honestly, this has a better premise than Killing Bites.
I would agree.
Yeah, yeah.
Killing Bites was so bad it made me angry. This just disappointed me.
Yeah. Like,
I'm like,
this
I
show
wanted to like this more than I do.
Yeah. Like I think if they would have actually focused more, and weirdly enough, if we're gonna have an infiltration arc, what they should have done is focus more on the internal workings of the Rangers.
Yeah,
because as
I
far as
agree.
we can tell, there's some kind of ranking into junior Rangers with multiple ranks, but we only ever see 3 of them, and then a shit ton of rate of like thing. We don't see that. We walk into Red's like homeroom, fucking 10 points to Gryffindor or whatever shit. Like, and there's like fucking 30 of them just stood there, and apparently this one guy is the head of them. We don't ever see anybody else from any of the other colors.
Yeah, we basically we see like the top the first member of the first junior ranger for each of them in the big meetings with the Dragon Keepers.
We see their top lieutenants.
Yeah.
Which is fine, and honestly, we get exactly enough of the Rangers to know that they're horrible pricks, and to be able to smile and go, yeah, when they get their heads exploded.
Red literally murders his lieutenant on the spot because he questions Red's ability to lead and says he should step down.
Yeah.
And by murder, I mean drives his head into a wall and then punches him to paste. In the dining room where everyone else is just stood watching. No one says a word.
Yep.
I think I think pretty much everyone's like, oh, it's Red's being a douche again.
Yeah.
He's gonna get any gore on my sushi.
Red, the number of times that Red sits down to dinner covered in someone else's blood.
Yeah.
And take note, the monsters don't have blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's if I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd have 2 nickels. Which is weird.
Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Yeah, it really is. Like, huh. Like, the fuck? And again, I'm not dissing this. The Red Dragon Keeper is a really effective villain. Like,
oh
yeah,
he's great because he's got that sort of that,
and he's
smarmy edge friendliness.
He's genuinely charismatic, like in a smarmy way, like smarmy second. Like
this is major spoilers, okay? But at the end of this first season, Blue dies.
Yes.
Okay, he gets taken out, and we go into it in a moment. Red at the time is on a helicopter with his assistant.
Was one of the
subordinates.
assistant rangers, yeah.
And Blue asked, so the assistant asked him some inane question about, I mean, it's pertinent, but it's like, it's kind of blunt. And Red's like, how dare you speak to me like that? I've just lost a good friend. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. Yeah, you should be sorry. This is totally going to throw off the group photo now. Blue's height was the main thing going for him. That was his immediate reaction.
Yeah.
That it throws off the fucking Ginyu pose. The guy's a complete fucking nutball.
Oh my god. Again, great. Like, legitimately, there's a lot of the show I genuinely like, which is why it's so disappointing. Oh my god. Like, it's legitimately worth giving a try. You might like. I genuinely can see why someone would enjoy this. Legitimately.
I have heard people complaining that it's kind of Power Rangers in name only because of the whole like organization and everything. There's no leader, there's no whatever else and everything else. But somebody has countered it and saying, actually, no, it's a lot like Deca Ranger or SPD as we know it in the
Sure.
West. Because in SPD it's a police force.
Yeah.
And there are multiple squads.
Yeah.
It's just that the one that we follow is A squad, is the top, the heads. There are still other rangers in training throughout. We just never see them. So it's like, that's the kind of organization they're going for. They just never explain anything, really.
Yeah, and
except in this case, there's no, like I say, there's no Zordon. There's no Doggy Kruger. There's no big guy in charge that we know of yet.
And honestly, it's okay. It's not Power Rangers. It is Super Sentai. Like, clearly,
Absolutely.
Super Sentai.
God, yes.
Yes.
Just because, or excuse me.
I think
They're
what it is a lot
ninjas. They are science ninjas.
Yes.
Yes. I think the issue is a lot of people can't, like I said, there's a lot of people who don't like the idea that the Power Rangers are bad guys. Even though that has been broached before, but it's usually in juxtaposition to the good team.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And people sometimes people react poorly to negative reinterpretations of their favorite thing.
And that's fair.
And
like, legitimately.
Honestly, look at me and what Discovery did to the Klingons.
Right, yeah, totally fair. I mean, just look at me in Discovery.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I'm
not a big fan of what Discovery did to TOS, like, as a whole.
Not to overly derail, but good God, thank God for Strange New Worlds for course correcting.
Strange New Worlds is excellent.
Yes.
I need to watch the new season. But yeah, Strange New Worlds is excellent.
But back to this,
yeah.
And there's not a lot else to talk about, really. Like, I mean, there is, but like not without like.
We're just spoiling at this point, yeah.
Yeah, so it's mostly plot points. Like legitimately, there's an interesting idea for the theme of the show. It just doesn't execute it to the level any of us would be really happy with.
Yeah,
I think what it boils down to.
Like I say, I'm gonna stick with it.
Sure,
because I like having a show to watch in the background.
Sure, I totally can understand why someone would. It's just not. I'm not a Super Sentai fan. Like, it's just not my cup of tea. B, it just doesn't click for me, and it's like I could totally like, I wouldn't like be upset if I was watching more of it with people, but I'm not going to seek it out on my own.
Yeah, I'll probably watch the second season eventually. I'm just on more of a mecha kick lately. So
yeah, there's too much other stuff I'd rather watch. Fair. There's just too much other stuff I'd rather watch, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, and that's what it boils down to. There's
like
other shit to watch.
I think the thing that disappoints me the most, I know, like I said at the start, I was actually really debating between this and the Red Ranger Isekai that's come out at the same time, more or less. And that show, I mean, I avoided it simply because it was an isekai and we're a little bit isekai'd out.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for Power Rangers in anime, that is the better choice. This is more of a thing of its own. It's
it very much wants to
Style.
be. It very much wants to be a deconstruction of Super Sentai.
Yes,
I think it
yes.
just doesn't
Yeah.
quite do it very well.
Yeah, whereas the Red Ranger Isekai is just playing comedy. I mean, this is listed as a comedy.
It's not that
I
funny.
mean, it.
It wants to. It like it try. There are moments that are funny.
Yeah.
It's listed as an action comedy superhero show, which sure. Red Ranger Isekai is legitimately a funny show that is playing with the tropes of Sentai.
Yep.
And I mean Sentai, not Power Rangers, Sentai.
Yeah.
There's a Kamen Rider in there. If you're reading the manga, there's references to other tokusatsu things. Like one of the main gags going on in it is the wizard that he befriends, slowly learning not to stand behind him when he transforms because of the explosion.
Yeah, I will say one thing about Go-Go Loser Ranger. I could easily see it course correcting as it goes and becoming actually genuinely good.
Yes,
I don't. It is not outside the realm of actually pulling it and just climbing upwards of quality. I could totally see that happening. I'm just not
kind of the reason why I'm wanting to stick with it. But
that is totally fair. I'm not hooked.
Yeah.
I don't have enough connection to it to give it the time. Given that
Yeah.
there's other stuff I'd rather watch. But
like in about 5 years' time, if we're on season 4 and I'm raving about it, then you may give it another go.
Sure,
but,
exactly. If I start hearing people say, "Oh my god, it got so much better," I'm like, okay, I might give it another try. Sure.
I mean, after all, we've just mentioned Star Trek. We all know what TNG was in its first season.
Oh god, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Brilliant example. Perfect example, Gav. Legitimately.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, almost any series of TNG and its first season was probably not very good. Like legitimately, there are 2 Trek series I can think of that have good first seasons.
TOS and
Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Oof. I'm sorry. I'm still really
like Lower Decks is literally third on that list.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. I've not watched. I mean, I'm not a Lower Decks fan. I tried watching it. Mariner. I bounced off because of Mariner, and I'm willing to admit,
I get it with Mariner.
I'm willing to admit that
I really enjoyed Lower Decks and actually really like Mariner and how she changes over the course of the show. But I'm sorry. I'm still feeling it from first season of TNG.
Oh yeah,
30 years later.
Oh
like,
no,
it was
season 1 of TNG is terrible. Like
some of the single worst episodes of Star Trek period are in that first season.
Legitimately, the worst episode of Star Trek ever is in that season. Code of Honor is in that season. It is the worst episode of Star Trek. Period.
Garbage.
And let me just say this: TNG is my second favorite Trek series.
Yeah. So this is just to go to show you, first season doesn't always define the.
No,
the
it
overall.
really doesn't. And if I hear that it pulls a TNG and gets a lot better, cool. I'm willing to admit that it very well could do that. Which is why I'm not. Which is why I'm saying, if you're interested in the concept, check it out. It might be your cup of tea.
Yep.
And also, it is also better than season 1 of TNG. That is because most television is better than season 1 of TNG.
Yes, despite the fact that we're okay. My head's just exploded. So we're literally dealing with a race of creatures that are being held basically as slaves to perform and be destroyed on a regular basis for the enjoyment of other people. And there is less racism in this
than in Code of Honor.
There was in TNG and Code of Honor.
In Code of Honor, yes. You are 100% correct. And the best part is, they weren't trying to be racist in Code of Honor. They just fucked up that badly.
They thought they were being they thought they were being progressive.
They really did.
They just really
fucked. Oh, they screwed the pooch on that one.
Yeah.
Anywho, that's gonna. I think it'll do it for this episode, folks.
Yeah. This is one of those shows where it's like, we're not going to rave about it because it wasn't that good, but it wasn't that bad either.
It really wasn't. It really wasn't. As much as
I'm
I'm disappointed, not upset about it. And I do not regret having watched it.
I enjoyed the show probably more than the other 2. It's just I've got too much other shit to watch to watch the second season.
So, do we recommend it?
That's my biggest issue.
Yeah, right. So, do we recommend it? If you like the premise, absolutely.
Yeah.
Give it a try. It's on what, Disney Prime? Disney Plus?
Disney Plus at the moment, yes.
Okay, it's on Disney Plus at the moment, so good luck. or find some other way to watch it.
Also, to be fair, the dub isn't bad either.
No,
so
the
don't
dub-
worry about that. It's actually a decent dub.
No, I will say this: dubbing has gotten so much better since the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you're still
absolutely.
doing, honestly, not to like judge, but if you are still doing the dub versus sub bullshit and are actually trying to claim some sort of superiority because of that, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Just enjoy anime.
just enjoy the anime. If you prefer the subs, great. If you prefer the dubs, great. Whatever you prefer is best for you.
We watch both, whichever one pops up first.
Yeah.
Often, and there are times when there are times the dub is clearly better than the sub, and there are times the sub is better than the dub. Cowboy Bebop.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can't argue that one because the fucking creator said so.
Shinichi Watanabe says that, so shut the fuck up. By the way, speaking of 90s anime, we are going back to the 90s for my next pick, and we're going to be doing fantasy. Not serious. Actual fantasy. Being serious is absolutely the wrong word, because we're going to be doing Slayer's Try. We're going to finish off the Slayer's trilogy.
Yay!
Finally. We need some. I think we all deserve some just 90s anime comedy.
Yeah. We're going back to when we're going back to shows that we watched when most of our audience weren't yet alive.
Yep. And I will say this.
We have an audience?
We do, actually.
Yeah.
Not a huge audience, but we have an audience. So I will say this.
Right.
Number one, Eric's favorite character of the series is in the show.
Yay, Zelos.
In a lot of the show. He's in most of the show. Zealous is there. My favorite character is in the entire show, but that's because she's the lead character.
And I haven't seen it, so I'm going into an old school anime, which I was kind of jonesing for, so yes.
I will say flatly, Lina Inverse, as I said before, I think Lina Inverse is my favorite female protagonist in anime. I love
Lina's
Lina. She's great. She's just...
I can't argue that Lina's great.
I will say that's been getting some stiff competition, especially as of late.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Freeman is way the fuck up on that list.
Yeah.
So,
I still kind of...
Sorry, go ahead, Gav.
Oh, go on.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, of mine, I've still got Nenene up on that list.
She's on that list too. She's great.
Non-powered one, surrounded by fucking chaos, and gives zero fucks.
I will say, it is interesting that two of my absolute favorite female characters are both wildly overpowered mages.
I think you've got a type, Peter.
I am not... no, because Lena's way too fucking young. No. Lena's like... at the end of Try, I think she's 18.
Fair enough.
In the 90s.
In the night, yeah. I like Lena as a character. She's a lot of fun, and yeah. I don't do the waifu bullshit, guys.
I know. I don't think any of us really do.
She's like 48 now, dude.
Not that old, but yeah. Anyways, Lena is a great character, and is, as a wildly overpowered mage. I think she might actually beat out Freerin in terms of wildly overpowered magery. I don't think Freerin can accidentally end the universe.
Yeah. I think Freeman's probably a much more skilled mage, though.
Probably, but she at least has many millennia sort of advantage on Lena.
Yes.
Lena's 18, Freeman's 1,000. Something.
Freeman is a sniper. Lena has a bazooka.
Lena has an atomic bomb.
Well, yes. Okay, fair enough.
She can literally end the world. But we're doing Slayer's Try. Come check us out. Come check us out in probably a month or two. It's 20. It's 24 episodes. It's 26 episodes. So we'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching, folks. We had a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed it. And also, if you're watching us on YouTube, engagement helps out the channel. Please like, share, subscribe, etc. That's all I'm going to say.
Like, share, subscribe, talk nonsense in the chat, and I will respond.
Yeah,
because I'm always checking that shit, and I'm bored, and I have very little to do. Please give me something to do. Please validate me. Validate us.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.